And a great big hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cabin Fever Podcast. It's Wednesday, and I hope you're having a great day. It is a beautiful day here in Central Florida at the Cabin Fever Studios, and I'm joined today, of course, by Jody and Luke. And it's Brent Bailey, your host every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the Cabin Fever Podcast. We got a lot going on everywhere. The COVID-19 cases are on the rise around the country. It's a little bit of a disturbing trend, but and it's a little scary out there. I know that a lot of folks have started to relax, and that's the thing that a lot of folks were concerned about, raising the quarantines, is that people would relax and stop using good sense, and that's why we're seeing a lot of the cases rise right now. So listen, we just want to encourage you, be sensible, use your masks, use your gloves, and you know, stay your social distancing out, and allow this thing to pass through the population slowly. It's you know, not something that we talk about very cavalier, but it does need to pass through the population so that the people can build up an immunity to it. And so we don't want to get, speak down about or make light of the fact that people have lost their lives during this thing. But at the same time, we want you to use your good common sense when you're out and about. So be careful. Be careful out there. All right. All right. Jody, Luke, how's it going over there at the control desk today? You guys doing good?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Jody. I couldn't hear you. I saw your lips moving, but
Couldn't hear me.
couldn't hear you. So what's going on in the country today?
Well, today is National Eat Your Vegetables Day.
I think our kids are probably going to choose to boycott that one.
Right. Well, I don't know. Preston's pretty
Preston
good.
might. Yeah, Preston might.
And you know what? I am going to talk about, even though this is not a vegetable, an apple. Peyton has discovered a new TikTok video.
Oh, I know.
But it has been a benefit, and hopefully he's not listening because then he might change his mind. But it is, and I don't have it with me, but it's the Martinelli's round
The plastic.
plastic apple
Yeah.
juice. And I don't know if it's double or triple plastic around it, but apparently, well, I say apparently, now we've experienced it. If you bite on it, it not only looks like you're biting into an apple, sort of, but it does make a sound like an apple.
It does.
Like you're eating an apple.
I know you guys.
We
You
did it.
guys
We did a
did that
TikTok
the other
on it
day. Yeah, I
yesterday.
saw that, and it was pretty impressive.
But
so.
now the thing that's cool for us is that he's drinking it. He's drinking
Drinking apple juice, yeah.
Yes.
Now, Preston was addicted to it when
He
he was
was.
growing up.
He was.
Drunk it by the gallon almost, but
Yeah.
Peyton never really got into it. He's a chocolate milk kid.
Chocolate milk,
So.
shot cheese, what he used to call it.
All right, so what else is happening?
Let's see. USA Today posted they're moving the 7-Eleven, the free Slurpee Day. You want to talk about that?
What a depressing thing that is. That's terrible.
I mean, it's not like they're super expensive anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get a free Slurpee on free Slurpee Day, and they've had to cancel it.
Yep. And I think it's usually on what day?
It's today,
7-Eleven.
right?
Free things do
Oh,
taste
7-Eleven.
No,
better.
it's not
Yeah,
today.
7-Eleven on
7-Eleven,
July
July
11th. That's right.
Yep.
And so they're going to cancel it because of the COVID crisis.
Yes.
You'd think a company as big and as powerful as 7-Eleven is, because there's only, I don't know, 6 trillion of those stores around.
Yeah, and there's like
just about
8,
every corner.
8 just.
I mean, yeah,
within a mile of
there's
our
several,
house.
yeah, within the mile of our house. They would figure out a way that you could still do that, but I guess, man, this is supposed to be an encouraging show, and now I'm bummed out.
But be encouraged that they will still be giving away coupons.
Oh, so you could come back later.
Coupon, if you're a part of the loyalty program, you'll get a coupon for a free medium Slurpee redeemable once in July. So they're not going to have a bunch of people crowding into the 7-Elevens on one day.
Okay.
So it's a good
Well, as
thing.
long as Wawa doesn't cancel in November their free coffee day, then
Lord.
it's, yeah.
I think, isn't it for several days usually? Is it just one day?
Maybe it is. Maybe
Hopefully
it is.
they'll make it all month.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great.
That would
All
be
right,
great.
what else is happening?
Luke, you have anything?
Pokemon Go is doing an all virtual festival.
Wow.
And for all of the nerds and the geeks out there, you've just been alerted to something. No, I actually got into playing Pokemon Go during the quarantine because you couldn't do anything. You couldn't go anywhere, so we would get in the car, me and the boys, and we would drive around, catch Pokemon. So it's actually kind of fun.
Well,
so
now-
you're doing a whole festival. Tell us about how that works.
Well, okay, it's like a $15 ticket that you buy, and then they do special research tasks, which is just like things that you have to do, certain Pokemon you have to catch, and then you get rewarded with like loot, pretty much. It's
Oh.
pretty cool. But they changed it up a lot. So any gym that you can see on screen,
Yeah.
you can interact with now. So
Okay.
you don't actually have to be like
So the ones that are a little distance away.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I guess.
Interesting.
It's
I
a-
haven't gotten into that.
I saw something that KFC is testing a new chicken sandwich. And I just got to say, I love the Colonel. I grew up in Kentucky, and my hand goes over my heart. When we've been in foreign countries,
It's true.
it's something that, when you see the Colonel that's 25 feet tall on the side of a building in Peru or Colombia or someplace like that, it makes you stand up and put your hand over your heart, and you just go, I'm proud to be from Kentucky. But I'm just going to tell you, as much as I love them, they should not be competing with KFC, because we all know that that's the Lord's chicken
Yes.
at KFC, or not KFC, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken, and none of this COVID nonsense started until Popeyes decided to compete
Uh-huh.
with the Lord's chicken. So
Yes.
it's it is what it is. And one more thing, I think I saw that this is unusual, and this is going to lead us to the question of the day. Doritos has a new flavor that they've released here in the U.S., and it's going to be hitting the U.S. shelves. Pickle flavored Doritos.
not for me.
I think I'll try it,
Not
but I
my
don't know that I
Doritos.
will. I mean, because I've done pickle flavored other things, like sunflower seeds and things. So I'm going to try it, but I just am not excited about it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
So our question of the day is: drop down in the comments below. What is your weird, guilty food pleasure? What is it? It's unusual flavors.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, the weird stuff. Now, don't tell, I mean, like, I got all kinds of criticism already from the peanut butter and jelly steak rub and stuff like that. It's delicious. You don't even know what you're talking about. It is the most delicious thing in the world. And so there's all kinds of unusual recipes, unusual flavored things out there. What is your favorite? Drop down in the comments below while you're sharing, hitting the share button, and drop in there and tell us what's your favorite unusually flavored thing. And that brings us to our guest today. This is a really close friend of mine, and he's been a pastor for a number of years, grew up as a pastor's son, youth pastor. In fact, that's how we met. We were both youth pastors, and we started having him come and speak for us on a regular basis. I think we had him 5 or 7 years in a row or something like that as our summer camp speaker. He is a great guy, but then he just, hit a season in his life where he felt like the Lord was calling him to do some other things, and you can see it on the screen there. He developed a food truck or a trailer, and as it says down there in the bottom, PHX Grind Coffee. This is the newest and craziest thing that is sweeping the Phoenix area. And those of you who are watching us in Phoenix today, you probably want to find out where these guys are. They have, talking about unusual flavors, one of the first things I saw as he was posting when they first opened, they have cotton candy flavored drinks and all kinds of stuff like that, and it is just sweeping the Phoenix area by storm. But the thing that we really wanted to talk about with David today is how did he make it through that transition? Because I know so many of you, because of COVID, have really started to hit a transition phase in your life. And David has come through a transition in his life from doing ministry full-time and pastoring to now entrepreneur, CEO, and I would say life coach, because the things that he's teaching people through this is amazing. And so I want you to welcome to the program today my friend, David Vasquez. What's up, David?
Guys, how are you?
Hey, I'm so glad you're here. It's great to have you. And we had the footage up there of the trailer being done, but it is being built, but it's finished now. And you're actually out on location today, right?
I'm on vacation. It's right there.
Yeah, put him on full screen so we can see the trailer should be right behind him there. There it is right there. And it's about 10:30 in the morning there, right? 11:30. 11:30. 11:30 in the morning there, so you're probably getting ready to get a crowd for lunch around
Yes,
there.
we just went through our little short period of time where people are low key, everyone's going to work or at work now. The whole lunch crowd's about to come.
All right. So now, just where in Phoenix are you right now? Just in case anybody's watching or listening to us in Phoenix.
We're right on. We're in Tolleson, a little city called Tolleson. So it's right off the 101 south. So just west of Phoenix, about 20 minutes west of Phoenix.
Now you're all over the city during the day, though, right?
Yeah, we're all over the city.
Yeah, or during the week.
Our location that we just wanted to be consistent at and come back every single week and build a clientele. So that's why we're here.
All right. All right. So David, I was thinking about this while I was getting ready. We met in, I think, 01 or 02. I couldn't remember which one, but you were a speaker at the youth conference, and we met. And so we're getting close to 20 years of friendship, and it just, I was totally blown away by that because it just seems like it was yesterday. 20 years, it's just like that. You know, your whole time that I knew you up until just recently, you were in ministry. You were doing it full time. You took over your dad's church when he passed away, and it seemed like everything was really, kind of settled. This is exactly the path you were going to take, but there was always this entrepreneurial leadership spirit about you. I mean, Keith and I used to talk, and I'm talking about Keith Neighbor, my partner at the time. We would talk about some of the things that you would drop wisdom on and stuff. And now you've just chosen a completely what seems to be a path that would just be random to some people if they didn't know you.
Yeah. So we were talking about 20 years, man.
Can you believe that?
No, I would. Now that you bring it up, I remember that first iPad that you guys hooked me up with because I didn't have any kind of technology like that, and I still have that iPad, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah. So it has that AT&T cellular on it. So finally got me over to AT&T. I ended up working for AT&T up till this December 31st. I worked for AT&T for a while. So yeah, taking it back to almost 6 years now, where I stopped pastoring in Him Church. Before that, I pastored for almost a little over 10 years. And maybe a lot of people didn't know, but I'm totally set free from what I've been through. I went through a major depression, and I went through a major depression. I didn't know I was in depression until I just started finding myself not, just preaching, going to sleep, and pretty much staying in bed all week, and I decided to, get some help. And at that point, are we there?
Yeah, you're here. We're just trying to figure out why it's suddenly got bad. So we're just trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure.
No, you're good. We can hear you. It's just a little bit choppy. So we're trying to figure that out on this end.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, I decided to get some help, and in the process, I turned over the church to the board, and I decided at that moment that I was gonna, just take a break and get help for the depression stuff that I was going through. Meanwhile, in the process, I went through divorce. I went through several other things that have happened, and decided to the last 5 years just to kind of take care of myself, find a new path. And yes, you're right. I've always had that entrepreneur spirit about me, and I've always thought about business in a different way. The church, really loved the church. I thought I was going to do that forever. But I really decided to, and I see how a lot of people that maybe have pastored or, are transitioning out of it might seem like life's over because, hey, you know what? I'm no longer doing what everybody knows me for. Everyone I've met out of the city or, state or country pretty much met me because of ministry. So,
yeah.
But because of the transition, a lot of those people stayed friends with me. A lot of them chose not to continue our friendship, which was fine also. And I learned a lot through that. I learned that there's going to be people that will be attached to you because you're in association with what they do.
Yeah.
And because of that, they'll stay your friend. And I also learned there's people that are attached to you not because of what you do, but because of who you are. And you're one of those persons. Brent's one of those persons. I can name quite a bit of people that I've met.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that about you and Keith. When I went through the transition, I remember you guys calling me, or when my dad died, you guys called me. Hey, this is what's up, guys. So anyway, I am now, 6 years later after pastoring, and we decided to start this this trailer. So I have a business partner also, and so we said, let's do this. The trailer got delayed. Now here's the crazy thing: when Arizona shut down because of the whole virus thing, it shut down on a Wednesday. We had set to launch this trailer on Friday.
I saw that was it all happened right when you were getting ready to open.
Bro, it was we were like, are we gonna do this? And I just said, you know what, 100, we're going all the way.
Now you have been able to stay open through the whole thing because you're a to go.
Yeah, so pretty much what I said is, hey, we're to go. Let's do this. Let's rely on the power of social media. Obviously, I have a big following in the city also, so a lot of friends, people that are on the trailer with me working, also have big followings. So they posted they're sold out 100%, and because of that, we were able to keep a great clientele and build a customer base, which leads me to where I'm at now. I know you have some questions, but I want to tell you this, and it will set up probably a lot more. So the day we decided to launch on a Friday, we got kicked out of our first location. And so I show up, and this guy comes from the car wash and says, hey, this is our land. I said, hey, can I get the owner's number? I'll give him a call. We just want to set up here for a while. He said, no. He said, you need to leave in 20 minutes. Well, we had blasted this for months, hey, we're starting, we're opening. Finally, I went on a story, and I just said, hey, we're moving down the street to 107th, and we were on 99th and McDowell. So we showed up there, man. It blew up. I mean, we had lines. I mean, it was crazy. And then we were good for a week. And then the city came and says, hey, you're not on a paved floor. And I said, well, I got consent from the owner. He's good to go. This is a blank piece of land. I said, no. She sent me the deal on how we couldn't be there and what's the requirements. So then I had a guy call up, and his name is Diego. He's from Fuego's Bar and Grill. And he said, man, I seen your post. He said, I want you to come set up at my parking lot. Now rewind a little bit. I was talking to the team about posting on social media. If we should post and tell them why and this and that. And, some of them were like, I don't think we should tell people. And I said, you know what? I think we should, because sometimes people just need to know what's going on. And if you would acknowledge the situation, sometimes people feel okay with that. Like, man, they keep moving, and this is their first week. So because I put it out there, somebody had a heart to call us and say, hey, come to my parking lot, man. Don't even worry about it. And I'm like, oh, man, this is the last city that I thought I would be in. I thought I was going to be in a business park somewhere, whatever that may be, and that didn't happen. So that lands us up to where we're at now. We're at Fuego's Bar and Grill. Diego's been a business partner, Monica. Diego's been her friend for years, going to to high school. I've known of him just by acquaintances. But man, this guy's been amazing. He just we have a great partnership. We when we post, I say, hey, we have the drinks, he has the food.
Nice.
They get drinks from us, they get food from him, or they food for him and come get drinks from us. It's been amazing. But I feel like that was a setup for where we're at and what we're doing now. And because of that, my whole thing about it is consistency. We've created that here. And
it's just taking off. Every Instagram post we see of you, there's people around the building or around the trailer. There's people holding up drinks and posing, and it just seems like it's just really taken Phoenix by storm, and we couldn't be happier for you. And I'm sure there's already talk about expansion and all kinds of other stuff, but we don't want to get into that yet. So here's what I wanted to talk to you about. Let's back up the train a little bit. During this time of COVID, there's so many people that are now having to go through a forced transition. You went through it. I don't want to say it was forced, but you kind of chose to follow your heart and deal with some personal things that were going on that kind of maybe didn't force it, but it kind of showed the hand that this is something you're going to have to deal with. Talk for a minute about how that first step of transition was for you. I know it wasn't easy. Because I remember us talking, you'd come and see me here, and there were a lot of heart to hearts there. But just talk about I guess the boldness or whatever it was that it allowed you to take your first step to transition into the new season.
One of my biggest deals was I always read back, and I'm not going to quote the Bible in a sense where it's like this is all we're talking about, but I always had this firm foundation as far as prosperity and what we would do in life. I always knew that the church, obviously it's called nonprofit for a reason, because we don't fully truly profit all the way off of it. As leaders, even though we are worthy of our check or worthy of our pay, worthy of our work, right, as pastors
Right.
and leaders. But I also felt like in the Garden of Eden there was multiple streams that flowed in, and that was what I've always kept in my heart. So before Phoenix Grind, PHX Grind Coffee, I had PHX merch, which I still do, and which is embroidery, screen printing, graphic design marketing company. So I have a couple people, businesses that I just low key do work for, even though it's a public business. Before that, I was just doing a lot of other marketing jobs on the side, and this is when I was pastoring too, a lot of design work, because I always felt like if you stick to one thing, what ends up happening is that if that thing falls from underneath you for whatever reason, I mean, for me it was depression. Depression hit, boom. If I would have not had something to fall back on, in a sense, then I might have been homeless. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this round, I was working for AT&T and making very, very well paycheck at AT&T. But I've always known that coffee was a big thing for me, and coffee was more than just a commodity. You know, it was actually just it was the railway, you know, to people and to community. And I get to talk to so many people. That's my vibe. You know, my vibe is not behind a desk. I'm not behind in an office anywhere,
Yeah.
which those people are there, which I don't know how you do it, but
Yeah.
for me, I freak out, you know, I start jittering. I need to get out there. So the trailer was another way to be able to expand and to express who I am as a person, as an entrepreneur. I feel like the Bible is true. Whatever you put your hand to will prosper. But what we don't realize, it's whatever God planned for your life that you put your hand to will prosper. A lot of people just put their hand to anything.
Yeah.
It's whatever's planned for your life, and you got to figure out that plan. You know, Jeremiah 29, you know, for I know the plans that he has for you. We think it's a graduation scripture. Really, it's for anybody who's trying to discover, right? If God knows the plans, but you don't, then that scripture don't work. You got to find out what the plan is for your life. And sometimes it takes mistakes, you know. Sometimes it takes issues. Sometimes it's wasted, missed opportunities and money. But at the end of the day, if you don't give up, that's the key, is you don't give up. I mean, when I stopped pastoring, of course, I was everything in the book, right? I was this and I was wrong, and how did you do this and how could you do that and how can you divorce and how can you, and I said, I don't know all the answers. I don't know what was going on fully. I just knew my dad passed away. I fell into depression. I didn't take care of myself, made wrong decisions, and here I am. But I also knew that there was something inside of me that had to get back up. Something inside of me had to just keep getting back up every morning. Just get up. Just get up.
All right. So our guest is David Vasquez. He's the founder and CEO of PHX Grind and PHX Merch in Phoenix. Now, you just said something there that is a lot for people to maybe just that would have skimmed by a lot of folks. There's something in you that you felt like had to get up. There's so many people that have been knocked down, they almost feel like that's what God wants for them, is that they're down. How did you distinguish that you knew that you were supposed to get back up?
Well, there's two voices you hear. Well, there's multiple ones, but there's two voices you hear. You hear the voice of people, or you can hear the voice of God. And when you hear people's voice, it multiplies, because what you focus on, it'll multiply. If you focus on that negativity and you know, he used to be this, and I have people that come to the trailer and they're like, dude, you used to pastor, man, but I can't, you know, I believe you're doing this because I remember you would talk about, you know, business things, and you would encourage our land company or painting company. He said, and now to actually see you doing this is amazing. And I had one guy here that says, I don't drink coffee. I just pretty much drink water all the time. He said, but I'm going to get something. He goes, because I want to support and give you a tip. He goes, but I want to tell you something beyond that. He said, I want to tell you that you, if it wasn't for you, that the service I walked into that one day, you spoke directly to me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I probably wouldn't be alive. He said, so I wanted to come to this trailer to tell you. So I thought, I drove home that day and I thought, God, if I didn't open this trailer, this guy wouldn't have this opportunity to come and express himself. Maybe that's what they're wanting to, but also I wouldn't have the opportunity to hear the words to keep getting back up every tomorrow or the next day. So you could hear God's voice, you can hear people's voice, but I believe when people come back to you like that, that's God's voice.
Come
God's
on now.
That's God, and we're looking for God this way, but God still speaks this way from people, and that's what I shut myself off to after I pastored. I cut everybody off because it's a defense mechanism. But what I realized is I didn't need to cut everybody off. I needed to cut off the people that maybe were being negative, but not the people that had God's voice in them and wanted to be positive towards me.
So good. Our guest is David Vasquez, founder of PHX Coffee PHX Grind in Phoenix. Real quick, I just want to ask you this because I know that your menu is not just coffee, black coffee with a little bit of creamer, and you've got a full, unusual flavors, cotton candy and fruit flavored stuff and all kinds of stuff. How did you make the decision to make this more than just your basic coffee type of thing? I know that it had something to do with, you wanted to stand out and make yourself different, but how do you come to that kind of thinking?
Well, the reality is creativity. That's always been part of my makeup. So creativity was the big thing. Also, my sister is great at food, drinks, mixtures. So I trusted her a lot to come up with some of the new recipes and stuff. There is some people in town that have some different flavored drinks, but I just felt like I always felt like, if you answer the questions that people are asking, they'll keep coming. And so I always think if I make drinks that people really want, but they don't know how to express it, then they're going to come and get it. So there's people that, for instance, let's say coconut tea. Well, it's coconut tea. Like, is it real coconut? Who's doing coconut? It's a flavored tea. It's an infused tea. But when they taste it, everyone says the same exact thing. I feel like I'm by a pool with my feet up, and
that's awesome.
And that's the idea when we created it. So from start to end. So what we always say is, what do we want the experience to look like at the end, the goal? And then let's back up and create that for people. So we, coconut teas, Red Bull infusion. So like, let's just say a pineapple Red Bull. A lot of people come to the trailer. Like, one of the signs that we have up, we have some feathered banners. We didn't just put coffee up. We put fraps and more, because some people don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
They drink, they drink lemonades, teas, whatever that may be. So we just said, man, we don't want to just be a trailer. We want to be an actual mobile coffee shop, and where you can literally walk, come up to the trailer, and you're not just going to say, hey, brewed coffee. Like you said, we can say, hey, we have an extensive menu, and the price is right. I can't say I'm the cheapest in town, but I can't say I'm the most expensive. But what I can say is that I'm serving premium coffee.
Nice.
Handcrafted drinks. That's the key of the black trailer, and that elegant look to it is because we believe that what we serve is premium, and not we believe we know, and it's handcrafted.
So good. This is David Vasquez. He is my friend, and he's the president and owner, operator of PHX Grind in Phoenix, Arizona. And David, man, thanks so much for coming and being on the program today. We have been so super excited and following very closely every move you've been making since you opened. And I'm so happy for you. I celebrate with you this success of this thing, and looking forward to seeing it dominate the entire Phoenix area. So thanks for coming and being with me today, buddy.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, if you'd like to reach out to David, his social media is up on the screen there, phxgrindcoffee.com, on Facebook and Instagram at phxgrindcoffee. Go out and check them out wherever they are. I'm sure you can get the locations off of their website and their social media, and go check them out. All right, that's it for the program today. I want to thank Jody and Luke for doing such a good job that they always do, making I don't have to sit and push all the buttons now. They're pushing all the buttons for me, and I'm so excited to have them here with me doing that. Coming up Friday on the program, I got a special show planned. It is Father's Day weekend, and I'm going to have my dad, JP, and his two younger brothers, Dwight and Mark, and they're going to be with us on Friday. We're going to be celebrating Dad, celebrating Father's Day, and they're just going to talk about, traits of a good dad, and their dad was awesome. And so we would love it if you would take the time to join us on that Father's Day show. Even if you've lost your dad, this would be a good show to help you remind yourself and put yourself in a good place to celebrate your father this weekend. All right? So if you have the time and you are interested, we'd love to have you stop by and join in on the show because your viewership means so much to us. Do us a favor, if you can, share the podcast. Tell somebody about it. If you're listening, if you're an iHeart radio listener, man, thank you so much for tuning in. Why don't you drop us a line and let us know some of the topics you'd like to see us cover on one of our future shows. We love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Get out there, outside, and break the cabin fever. Have a great day, everybody.